I have a love-hate relationship with the word if. I love the word if because it it speaks to potential. If I will do this, or if I put in this effort, or then there's a great poem. It's the Rudyard Kipling poem it's called If. If you haven't read it, you need to read it. Maybe I'll read that sometime and as one of my quotes on the Great Quotes for Coaches podcast. It's a longer one, but it's so good. And it's one of my favorites. When I think of the word if in that realm, it's a positive. Here's the problem. My hate relationship with the word if is I'm 61 years old and I have so many ifs in my life back in my 20s and my 30s, my 40s and my 50s that if I would have done those things, I have to say, might be somewhere else right now. And I'm not saying I'm not happy where I am right now, but I might have done some other things that when I was younger, I thought I would really like to do that. I would really like to try that, whatever it might be. Let me give you an example. When I was deciding on a college major, I was a senior in high school. My favorite class I ever took was geology. Why? Not because I loved the study of rocks, because I had a teacher who made it a lot of fun. And quite honestly, I don't know that I even learned a ton of geology, but I loved going to that class every day. He made it exciting. He made it interesting. He made it fun. And I thought, I'd like to study this. Got to college. I didn't declare as a geology major. I declared as an undecided major. I wasn't sure, but I thought that's an avenue I'd like to go down. Took my first geology course in college and hated it. Why? Because I didn't have that same teacher. And I realized I'm studying rocks. I'm not all that excited about those. And then as I pursued it more, as I looked at pursuing it more, I realized chemistry, physics, math. Ooh, those were areas I was not very good in. And so I thought, well, what else could I do? Meteorology. I could be the weatherman on TV. I was from the Chicago area. We had a variety of stations that we would watch. My dad would watch the news at night. The weatherman, one of the guys, John Coleman, I still remember his name. He was so funny. He made the weather come to life. I could do that. And then I started looking again. Math, chemistry. Hey, gosh. Okay, no ologies for me is what I kind of thought. What do I know how to do? I know how to write. I know how to speak. I like to communicate. I like reading. I tell you what, I'll be an English teacher. And I love basketball. I could coach basketball. And so that was how I chose to become a teacher and a coach. Sophomore year of college is when I made that decision. And I started down that path. But as I was making that decision, I had one other thing I thought. I also like the guy who comes on after John Coleman, the sports broadcaster. I like that guy. I'd like to do that. Or I would like to be the one at the games, either doing the announcing or that other guy. I think they call him the color commentator was what I was thinking. Now, this was pre-ESPN, pre-Dick Vitale. Well, Dick Vitale was around. We just didn't know him yet. This was early in college. And I thought I could do that. And I thought, well, here's what I'll do. I will be an English teacher and a basketball coach. And then I'll get so good at being a basketball coach that people will want me to do that thing where I get to be the color commentator at games. Yeah, that'd be great. Started down my teaching and coaching career path, and I never left it. Am I upset about that? No. Loved my teaching career and coaching career path. I have enjoyed it for the last 40 years. It's been outstanding. But am I upset that I didn't maybe try, maybe put a little more effort into becoming a broadcaster? Yeah, I am. I wish I would have maybe done something to at least start toward that to see, hey, is there something here? Or one of the other things, as I had become a high school head coach, I'd like to try college coaching maybe. Never pursued it. And then there was this thing that I thought about doing, and then there was this thing, and I had all of these ifs. That if I do this, this might happen. If I try this, this might happen. Some of them I did, a lot of them I didn't. And that's the funny thing about the ifs in our world. And this is why I have this love-hate relationship with it. I did follow a lot of the ifs, and it has been a blast. If I will write this thing down that I'm thinking about coaching, I might be able to turn it into a book. I might be able to publish a book. And lo and behold, I did. And I've done that numerous times now. And that feels really good. If I take those things that I write down and put them into a presentation, I might get to speak at schools about that. And I've done that as well for the last, whatever it's been, 12 years or 15 years now. That's been a blast. It's one of my favorite things that I get to do. And so some of those ifs came to fruition. Many others didn't. How do you know which ones to pursue? How do you know which ones to go after? Unfortunately, there is no answer to that. You have to figure out the ifs that you have in your life, and then you have to make the determination. Which ones do I really want to go for? What's my passion? What do I have burning inside me that says, I have to try this? Because if I do, this might happen. Maybe more importantly, if I don't, I won't feel that I gave my best shot to something that I really wanted to try. And so look at the ifs in your life, and especially you younger coaches, you younger teachers, you younger people. You've got a lot more ifs ahead of you than I do right now at my age. And yet I'm still pursuing ifs. I'm still looking at those things saying, what if I tried this? If I did this, why not? I don't know how many more years of life I have left. Go back a few videos and I'll talk about the health scare that I just had this past week. I don't know what I have left. So if I want to live the most full and most meaningful and exciting and fulfilling life that I can, I need to try going after those things that I really would like to accomplish, or that I really would like to at least give a shot and see, hey, where does this take me? And so keep this in mind. Those of you in your 20s, your 30s, your 40s, but also those of you up here in our 50s and 60s, 70s, keep the ifs going and keep trying those things that would make you feel, I am so glad I tried this. I tell kids all the time when we're about to embark on something, and especially as we're starting a season, you don't want to get to the end of whatever this thing is and say, you want to get to the end and say, I am so glad I didn't, rather than I wish I would have. Some of the ifs in my life I'll admit, are I wish I would have. But so many others are, I'm so glad I did. Seek those and see what happens. Talk to you again next time.